my name is FYRLO number 73. Once upon a time, there lived a young farmer named FYRLO. FYRLO was rich and kind, too kind that he would give everything he has to help others. Many of his friends warned him that he should beware of his action, but FYRLO only laughed and said that there is nothing to be worried about. Until a huge drought hit the village. Many villagers already prepared water from jars and buckets. FYRLO, however, had nothing. Then his crops died, and he had nothing left but the dying wish of better days to come soon. Until one day, an elder grandfather came to his land begging for food. FYRLO, who was already hungry, still gave the man his last piece of bread. As FYRLO stared at the elder, he felt starving, but satisfied he could still help someone in this current condition. The elder looked at him and then said, "You are a kind farmer, but your kindness cannot save you if you remain careless." Then the elder told him a secret. Deep in the forest, there is a silver well that can grant you one wish. But be careful, as though the journey will try to make you change your mind. FYRLO said, "Okay," but in such a hurry, he didn't really listen to the elder and stormed off into the woods. As he walked through the forest, a sharp right stopped him. There he found a squirrel stuck between a rose bush. FYRLO did not hesitate. He pulled and pulled and pulled the branches apart, managing to set the squirrel free. But in return, his hands were now covered in blood and scratches. Next, he came upon a cat stuck on top of a tree. It was wincing, trembling as it tries to get down. FYRLO rushed and climbed the tree, but he did not check the wood before stepping his weight against it. Then suddenly, the branch snapped. FYRLO fell to the ground. His legs were shattered from the fall. From that moment on, he had to walk by limping. Finally, FYRLO reached the silver well, but he looked at his body again. His hands were now covered in blood and scratches. His legs shattered from the fall. But as he touched the silver well, a voice spoke out of nowhere. "You are beaten, farmer. Wish for a body that never feels pain, or a farm that can grow while you sleep." FYRLO thought for a moment the easy life he could have, but he also thought of the starving children and sick elders. FYRLO leaned his head against the cold stone and whispered, "I do not wish for a life of ease, but I wish for a crystal of water to erupt in my village." Then suddenly, it felt like 1,000 bells suddenly rang to his head. At the heart of the village, the earth cracked, and thousands of waters came from the ground. Finally, the village drought ended. FYRLO closed his eyes, expecting nothing in return. But as he opened them, he felt a heavy weight against his paw. It was a lantern with a hint of starlight inside. And finally, the voice spoke again. To the man who finally sees the world, this gift will guide you through your journey. Elo limped back to the village. Forever changed, he was no longer the richest man, but with his lamp, he was now the village wise guardian. Whenever the lamp turned blue, it meant a friend needed help, and turned gold when a plant needed water. The day everything changed wasn't because the village drought ended. It was because Elo stopped looking at his luck and began listening to the world. The end. This story gives us a moral value, which is kindness could not mean anything if you remain careless. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoy. Bye bye.